Hello everybody, I am Famin Show, and with today's video we're going to be talking all about E3. So it's the beginning of June, and it doesn't only mean that my birthday's coming up and I'm slowly inching closer and closer to death, it also means that there's a ton of interesting gaming things happening. So E3 doesn't actually exist this year. The ESA decided to pull the plug. No digital show, no meet and greet, no influencers, no E3 at all. They did say that, hey, we will be returning next year with a physical show, so that is happening. I believe Summer Game Fest, at the time of recording this, just announced that they are going to have like a kind of a show floor situation. I think it's only press, but there are people going to some kind of physical event. I'm seeing a lot of people I follow saying, hey, I can't wait to see you here. I can't wait to see you at Summer Game Fest. I don't know where that's being held. I don't know, like, what does that mean? I'm sure, it's just for games coverage. We're going to get a lot of impressions and things like that, which is very exciting. It's something that I've missed dearly about the whole E3 thing. But it makes you think, like, well, so Summer Game Fest is a physical and digital event. And we're kind of getting benefits from both of those. And I don't know. It just kind of makes you think, like, where is E3? Why did they make that call to just not show up this year? Makes me kind of curious. Maybe they saw diminishing returns last year. I don't even really know, like, how they make their money. I don't know how they made a dime last year with, like, I have no idea. That's for another video. But here we're going to talk about sort of the things that are filling the void that E3 left. And it's a big void to fill, but I think there's some stuff that can definitely do it. So normally the big gaming stuff happens about the second week of June. We're talking the 9th to about the 15th. That's usually that window. That's usually the days that I request off. But Sony decided to give me a big FU and decided to have an event on the 2nd of June at 6 p.m. Eastern, a day that I work. I will not be able to watch this event live, unfortunately. And as you can tell, I'm quite sad about it. Yeah, this is a big state of play. It's going to be 30 minutes. It's all about third party and VR. So no God of War, which I find really interesting. I feel like we're at this point now where it's time to either announce a release date or delay the game. There's been a lot of interesting tidbits that have kind of leaked online. There's been marketing stuff, like actual merchandise is already being sold, but then pulled immediately. There's been ratings in Korea. Sony actually recently talked about the accessibility options in the game, and it feels like all fingers are sort of pointing that, hey, this game is coming out this fall, but it's just interesting that Sony's been pretty tight-lipped about the release date for this game. But yeah, it most certainly will not be at this state of play. I do have a kind of an interesting theory. Stay tuned for that. But again, third party. I think the big three games that's on everyone's mind with this state of play is Final Fantasy 16, obviously, which we've been waiting for gameplay for quite some time. We've been waiting for more of this game for quite some time. They said they were going to do it last year. They didn't. It couldn't happen. I've heard that they wanted to show off gameplay a couple of months ago during like the last state of play, but it wasn't ready yet or something happened. I think it's time. I do. If I had to say, over or under 60% this game gets shown during the state of play, I would definitely take the over. I think we are most certainly going to see a pretty beefy, 5 to 6 minute trailer or gameplay segment of Final Fantasy 16, which is incredibly exciting. Again, we've all been waiting to see this game, and I think that it could definitely make splashes. I think that's how Sony gets this show trending, gets the state of play trending, is you got to show the big guns. And again, the other big guns is another game that is supposed to be shown off real soon is Street Fighter 6. We don't know if that's exclusive to PlayStation or affiliated in any way with PlayStation the way Street Fighter 5 was. I don't know if that would really even matter. But again, there is the Summer Game Fest thing where they could easily show the game off as well. I'm not quite sure. I think I would take the under on that one. I think that's definitely going to be showing up at Summer Game Fest. I would take the under, but I do think it does have a possibility. I would say like 55% possibility of showing up at the state of play. I really want to see that game. I cannot wait to see Street Fighter 6 play. I just want to see just a fight. Just give me a full fight. Ryu versus Ken. Just give me that fight. I want to see how this game moves in the RE engine. I want to see, what's the gimmick, what's the mechanic, what's the new V-trigger thing happening. And I think a lot of people have been waiting for this game with bated breath. So looking forward to that. The third big, heavy hitter is Blooper Team's Silent Hill game that has leaked online, basically. Like it's all but confirmed that they're working on. There's multiple Silent Hill projects that are being worked on, by the way. One by a Japanese studio, one by Blooper Team. Is it Bloober or Blooper? I can't remember. I think it's Bloober. The one that they're working on, for better or worse, a lot of people are kind of upset about that attachment there, that they're making a Silent Hill game. And there's like some mobile game or some NFT stuff. I can't remember. But I do think that I'm going to take the over. It's going to be over 60% that a new Silent Hill shows up during this state of play. Listen, it's leaked online. Like, there's like screenshots or a lot of concept art that is leaked. There's like design documents and things like that. There's a lot of stuff that is leaked, and it's been talked about for quite some time. I think even around this time last year, I think we were talking about a Silent Hill game. So I do think it is time. It's always time, of course. It makes sense. You know, it's kind of a PlayStation darling. Silent Hill 1 on the PS1, Silent Hill 2 on the PS2. Rumor is they're making a Silent Hill 2 remake as well. We don't know if that's the one that Blooper Team is involved. I don't really know what's going on with I don't know what the new leak or the new rumor is right now, but I do think that definitely has a high chance of showing up during this state of play. And look, listen, there's a ton of other cool games that could show up. Resident Evil Village DLC, we've been waiting for over a year to see. I'm curious what that's about. Is that going to be, you know, a big, huge expansion? The fact that we've waited this long makes me think that it is going to be pretty substantial. So that's kind of exciting. There's a ton of great indie stuff that could possibly happen. I'm hoping and praying for Hollow Knight, Silksong news of... I want to believe by the end of this month, by the end of June, we will have seen Hollow Knight Silksong. I have to believe that. Should be a good show if, again, I work that day, but if there's enough there for me to react, I'm going to go media blackout at work. I'm shutting off the phone. No, I'm not looking at Twitter at all. I will ask my friend, hey, should I record a reaction to it? And if he says yes, we're doing a reaction to it. And of course, my friend Matthew, Phenom Sage, we will be reacting to... two of these things that we're going to be talking about, I guess. Next, we're going to be talking about the big one, Key 3, Summer Game Fest, June 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Listen, I think that Summer Game Fest has really found a excellent identity and an excellent vibe over the last couple of years. This sound... yeah, that's fucking cool. Give me that. I like whatever that is. So we know a few of the, a lot of the developers that are involved with Summer Game Fest, a lot of the publishers as well, that are going to be showing stuff off. And now here's where a big theory, the first thing, I look at this picture, the first thing that pops into my head is whoosh, PlayStation right there. What's that PlayStation doing there? They're having a state of play. Is that a part of Summer Game Fest? Again, we're starting to get into the weird dichotomy here. Is that state of play a part of Summer Game Fest? Or is this something different? Now, there was another tweet by Sony that was like, okay, so the state of play is a part of Summer Game Fest. So what's going on there? And I think someone retweeted something. I think last year, E3 was like, check out the Xbox press conference, all a part of E3. And then Summer Game Fest tweeted the exact same thing and basically said the exact same thing. So what's going on there? The weird marketing missteps, for sure. But I think God of War has a chance of showing up during the Summer Game Fest thing. I mean, you're not going to have a whole state of play for God of War. You very well could. And I think we might, when it gets closer to the release date, which is possibly November at this point. I think that we could see a trailer for God of War. Listen, last year's show, I thought was incredibly entertaining, but aside from, of course, Elden Ring, I don't think it was a very, big bolstering. It didn't have these jaw-dropping announcements throughout the show. It was a pretty slow show. It was a good time. Weezer was there, playing excellent music, and you know what? Weezer Summer Season SZN is coming out soon. I'm thinking they haven't announced it yet. I do think Weezer is going to be, and I think that could fill the void, sort of. All right. Okay, no Weezer. I think a God of War could fill the void for an Elden Ring type of announcement. And we have one last thing. That's right. It is coming out this year. Here's God of War. That's exciting. I look forward to those words coming out of Keeley's mouth. Of course, this is all speculation and possibly not happening at all. But I will take the over 60%. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the over. But look, there's a ton of other... We have 2K. We have Activision, Atlas, Bandai Namco, Bloober. It is Bloober with 1B. I thought it was 2B. I swear I thought, I don't know. Bloober's going to be there, so that Silent Hill thing possibly is going to be happening here. Capcom, Street Fighter 6. Possibly Resident Evil Village DLC, or another game that needs to exist. Deep Silver, Devolver, of course, .emu, which is kind of a big deal, actually. .emu has been doing some stuff. EA, of course, Epic Games, Focus Entertainment, Frost Giant, Humble Games, again, PlayStation, Sega, Samsung Gaming Hub. Whoa, look out. Warner Bros., Xbox, Square Enix, Tribeca Festival, Steam, and Netflix. I think they're going to be showing off some Netflix games. So at least we have that to look forward to. Listen, I know a lot of people that love and hate, I don't know if anyone that hates Summer Game Fest, but definitely have their qualms for sure with sort of how the show is structured and things of that sort. It's always been very entertaining, a grand time. It's always just been a grand time. It really sort of celebrates just gaming in general. It has that similar vibe. It is a little fluffy. It is a little cute. But again, I tend to have a very good time with it. And I, again, most certainly will be reacting with Phenom Sage for this show. I think this one I do have the day off of work, so yeah. Then on June 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time is the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. I think that this is going to be a Starfield heavy show. I think it's going to be 15 to 20 minutes of Starfield alone. Are we going to see Redfall? Probably not. Are we going to see Perfect Dark? Most certainly not. Are we going to see Fable? Absolutely not. I would be shocked. There's no way. It's just not happening. There's no way we're going to be seeing those games. I do think we are going to see a ton of Starfield. And I'm actually kind of excited about it. I listen, it's been delayed. That's a big, want moment for sure. But my curiosity levels for that game have reached new levels now. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I think this is the time to show it. I really do. I also think that we could possibly get a release date for Senua Saga. I think that could be here. Maybe they do that. Listen, the last time I saw that game, it was at the Game Awards. It looked fucking amazing. Just in terms of art direction and style alone, it was just so impactful to me. Like, such a powerful moment on that stage at the Game Awards. And I do want to see more of that. There's a ton of other Xbox games that I would really, really love to see. And there's obviously going to be third-party stuff during that event. Xbox always kind of shows up for E3. I don't think they have excellent shows, but they certainly have good ones. There's always something, a couple of things to kind of walk back and think about. Like, hey, oh yeah, they showed this and that. That's really cool. Listen, that's basically it. Again, there's PC Gaming Show. Forgot about that one. It's on June 12th as well, 3 p.m. Should be a good time, right? So yeah, of course, I will be making more videos in the future about these events, after the events and during the events as well. I will be live streaming me and Phenom Sage, our reaction to all of these shows, or at least a couple of them, as I mentioned. But stay tuned, keep it locked on the socials, and I'll definitely give updates on when and where to watch and that sort of thing. Comment below, give me your thoughts on what you think of this E3 season. What do you think of this stuff? Is it exciting to you? Are you feeling like levels of hype? Are you feeling like that sort of those like pre-E3 butterfly things? Do you feel that? Because I normally get that around this time. That's usually why I record this video, but I'm not feeling it this year. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting older. Maybe I'm getting sadder. I'm not sure. Or maybe it is the lack of E3. It's probably the lack of a Nintendo Direct. I think as soon as I get a Nintendo Direct, we got PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox all in the same month again. That's a big deal, right? I would really love to see that. That we haven't had that in years. So I really think as soon as I get a Nintendo Direct announcement, like a 45-minute Direct, yeah, I think I'm getting excited again. I definitely think I'm getting excited. So yeah, we'll definitely see. Give me your thoughts down below. And as always, party on.